has Peyton progressed? I mean, you basically started her once Big 12 play started. What has she brought to the team in the field?
Yeah, I mean, she started injured, so the first 4 weeks of her season she was in an injury. So, and Yvonne had been playing so well, and we just had seen a lot in Peyton in practice, and she's such a high risk taker. Like, I mean, she's going to give you everything you have, and she's going to run straight into the wall and then think about it after, and she just has been playing like completely fearlessly, particularly as a freshman, and the numbers she's putting up in Big 12 are just, I mean, I think she's our second highest average in Big 12 as a freshman. So, I mean, she's just been really just fearless, and now she attacks teams both at the plate or in the field. I mean, she made a game-winning catch for us at Iowa State that helps us clinch the series. So, I mean, she just is. I mean, I love risk takers, and she's at the top of us on risk taking.
We talked about your defense a little bit after the series this last weekend, but something I was curious. Obviously, the last year's team, the identity was very much hitting those home runs to the offense. Do you see the identity this year being about the defense? Is that what you're stressing?
I mean, I thought we've played really great defensively before Big 12 and in conference play. I think we kind of stumbled a little bit in how we've defended, and I think we have increased our talent in almost each position, or gotten more experience in Bree Russell and a year under her belt. We have to operate better on the defensive end to be able to beat higher caliber people. So our kids know that, and they know the importance of that, and we're not trying to just outscore people. We're making sure that we're holding them as well. And I think both Missy and Erin have done an incredible job with us leading in the circle. I anticipate that we'll only get cleaner on the defensive end of the ball. I just think it's important. Our kids know it's important.
A couple rankings in a row. You and OSU have been back-to-back in the rankings. Obviously, very equal teams coming down here. The last Big 12 series for you. Erin and Jessica and Carly, they've all mentioned it's always a little different when you guys play OSU. What do you really see that rivalry come from year to year?
I mean, I think year one, like, both dugouts were a little bit chatty, and and they'd punch and hit something, and then in that series, Jess would hit something else, and I think it's just kind of like been over the years, just like some jabbering, like I think in a respectful way, but I just think we're all edging to continue to raise our bar in the conference, and it gives a fun atmosphere, like you want to see competitive softball, you want to see teams go at it, and I don't think we go at it with any other team as much as them. So we're excited to get down there. We wish we were hosting it here, but we're excited to get down there, and we're ready for our challenge.
Is that a fun team to see your team match up against because of that rivalry, but also because you guys, it seems like most years it's one of the teams you can look to that you're most closely, your guys' skill level is usually relatively similar with those?
Yeah, I mean, we both have been building at the same time, both Coach Gajewski and myself. So, I mean, there's some parity in how we go about the game. I think we recruit very similar kids. I think we've gone at each other on who we've recruited at the same time. So, I just think that, we're both moving up in the Big 12 and making our conference better. And, you feel good when you beat those guys. So we hope we feel really good this weekend.
And I know obviously you still have Kentucky after this, but with it being the last Big 12 series, is there a lot on the line as far as momentum carrying into the Big 12 tournament and still be beyond that with this series?
Yeah, I mean, we're looking to move ourselves up in the ranking conference and make sure that we seal the deal and go in postseason, and really just make sure that we're proving to ourselves that we feel like we played with Texas and we're kind of irritated with that series and we want another shot at them, and and so it's just kind of one of those things, like, just make sure that we take care of what's the next step in front of us, and right now that's Oklahoma State, and then the next time that'll be New Mexico State. So right now it's just focusing on taking care of our next step.
Along those lines, if you take care of business this weekend and get some help from Oklahoma, you guys could potentially move up to a 2-3 spot.
Yep.
How important is it to be the 2 or the 3 and be on the other side of the bracket?
I mean, it's huge. If you're at the bottom of the bracket, you just kind of punch and punch and punch, and you're going to face Oklahoma right away, no matter what. So it's so important to move ourselves up and make sure that we have good footing, so we have longevity in the tournament, and then also has longevity in our regional bid. That's what I think our kids are still young at learning, is like each one of these steps is so integral of your footing on, your regional bid and being able to be successful, So I love that, we're back and forth with Oklahoma. I love that Kentucky's gotten better and we're going to be gaining games there when we play them, and we get to play them at home. But, right now we're really focusing on Oklahoma State and making sure we do what we need to do there in Stillwater.
Jessica, not to put too much pressure on one series, but I mean, you guys can help yourself out a lot if you guys go up to Stillwater and take care of business. Have you guys talked about trying to get at least into that 3 spot heading into the Big 12 tournament?
No, we haven't really talked about like the weight of this weekend. We just have to go out there and just play our game, and just keep it as simple as possible and just have fun with it. And we already know we're going to be so amped up to play them. Every year against Oklahoma State's always pretty fun. So yeah, we're just going to play our game. That's about it.
There's been series here, like against Baylor and other teams where you guys have done stuff historically that hadn't been done in a long time, but you guys have been able to go up to Stillwater and win. You did it a couple years ago. Does that kind of help, knowing that that's definitely something possible and something you guys can achieve? Yeah,
definitely. I mean, we're going in there expecting to win, and having that confidence among like everybody on the team is going to be huge for us. So yeah.
Aaron mentioned after the series a few days ago that there's always a little extra to the OSU series. Where does that really come from?
I don't know. As long as I've been here, just for some reason, every time we play Oklahoma State, it's just a little more rowdy. We get a little louder, and the stakes just seem a little higher. But that's what it's about. The competition's better, and we just like to just play our game like that. It's a lot of fun.
Do you guys see similarities where it's a good team you can measure yourself up against whenever you go against OSU each year?
Yeah. We've always been kind of back and forth with them. We've given it a pretty good game all three games in the last few years. So it's pretty evenly matched, and I think we're going to be really excited going in. I think we're probably a little better now, but it's just going to be really fun. I'm excited.
After a tough start to Big 12 against 2 tough teams, OU and Texas, what has it done for the team's confidence getting 5 of the last 6 conference wins?
Yeah, we're feeling really good. We're feeling really confident, and it's all about how we finish now. This last week, and then going into Kentucky too, it's a great momentum builder. So yeah, we're just really excited to finish strong.
Did you see that resiliency after losing that first game to Kansas? The way you guys battled back, even the next day with the run rule, but really just to get the series after that first game.
Yeah, for sure. This team is so tough. We've been through so much together, and when we play for each other and we just keep it simple, we're really, really good, and we're really hard to beat.
We talked to you after the game, but now that you're closer to it, you always said there's something. Aaron was mentioning there's always something a little extra to the OSU series. What have you really seen from that from year to year?
It's just super competitive. I think both teams just really enjoy competing against each other, and I think like over the past couple years we've split a lot of the series, and so it'll be fun to go in and look to take the series against them.
Your own play. It seems like I asked you after the last series when you've had a couple of impressive catches against Baylor. Now you had the one this last week. Have you been taking just more pride on the defensive side, or have there just been opportunities for you to capitalize that, or what have you really seen from your own defense there in center field?
I'm just enjoying the game. I think there's just not a ton of pressure. I don't get very many balls, and so I just keep telling myself out there, you better be ready for one, because you're going to get one someday, hopefully. And our pitchers do a good job of keeping the ball in the dirt. So I just keep telling myself, just be ready for it, and it's just a lot of fun to make plays.
Peyton's been out there in right field since Big 12 play basically started. How have you seen her progression out in the field, I guess, and at the plate as well?
I've seen her confidence build a ton, and just how I talk to her, you just got to hype her up, and she'll get really hype, and she'll make great plays. And so we do a lot of talking amongst each other and just trying to hype each other up.
What has she added to you guys in the lineup and in the outfield?
She's just really been playing really solid. She's just somebody that we trust and somebody that we know will get the job done and just really compete really hard.